because everything is changing. I was curious about what about companies, what about businesses, and how these industries can be transformed into with a new spirit, incorporating an ethical perspective of how things are and how things work, and not only generating economical profits and not only driven by development, the traditional development, but instead having a bigger view of all the panorama where everything is included, not only human beings but also the earth and also the animals. Is there any possibility that industries and companies encompasses all the sentient beings in order to provide a bigger benefit for the majority of the systems? Is there any possibility to talk about ethical business, and how can we become better individuals in regards to having a wider perspective of how things work, how we are entangled with others? Hello. I'm very happy to be here with Khenpo Ngawang Dhamchoe.
Yes.
He's a director of the Kalamashila Center in New South Wales in Australia, and he normally comes to Auckland to teach Dharma. And this opportunity, in his basic, he has been teaching about shamatha practice, the first step into meditation practice. And Khenpo
Yes.
was born in India. His parents are Tibetan, so he was born in India, and then he grew up in a Tibetan environment and Tibetan tradition environment, and he belongs to the Sakya lineage. So in this opportunity, we're just here to talk about the ethical side of things, the ethical business that it's quite complex and interesting at the same time. Thank you, Khenpo, for being here.
Oh, my pleasure.
Well, thank you, Khenpo, again. And we've been discussing a lot about ethical business, and in these times that are quite complex because of economical progress and economical development.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that Buddhism as a discipline that is very big permeates every field in our daily lives. So I'm interested in knowing what's the ethical side of what can we consider ethical business from the Buddhist perspective? Yeah,
sure. I will try best to explain ethical perspective of business. So in the Buddhist, we not really consider it bad things to do business and gain wealth. If you look into Buddhist history in the past, there's many rich royal family who support to Buddha Dharma and also help many those who need help. So economy is also play a very important role to last this Buddha Dharma. So it's nothing kind of against Buddhist philosophy, the wealth. The important is the purpose of we doing business is to make profit, and we believe that kind of secure our life, make us happiness, give us more freedom to do whatever. That's the main purpose of business, to make a profit. Then ethical business means whatever you do business, make sure this business that you're doing is primarily that helps others, whatever you're selling. And out of that, whatever you make a profit, it's the right profit, because you're not making profit to causing trouble or harming others. So sometimes I'm have this idea myself, also talking to others. Say, for instance, now is people's more health conscious. Everyone has a very health conscious. So in this environment, I'm telling some of my friends, also think of myself, if you set up a very organic vegetable garden and make sure this organic is free from chemical, good for your health, and then once you produce this organic, healthy vegetable and sell others, be more extra cost than normal vegetable, it's ethical, because at the end of the day, our health is more what we call the value than money. So if you're selling something that helps someone's health, then it's all right to make extra money, because of the money that you earn, what you're selling is good for someone's life. So this type of I may call ethical business, just one simple examples. So unethical example is say, these days people health conscious, they like to eat more green stuff, but then you put in so much chemical to grow faster, but then you're telling people, oh, this is really good, good for your health, but really what you're selling is more chemical. It harms someone's health. So you're making double the kind of profit out of it. So this profit comes out from unethical, because you're making money to harm others' health. So this money, I don't think it's going to make you happy morally and ethically. So this way, to make a profit, as I mentioned, is Buddhist philosophy, is nothing against with it. We all have a right to make a profit when you run the business, but make sure this profit comes from ethically. So if you ethically comes the profit, it's a right you can enjoy with it, and then people who got your product also benefit in their life. So in this way, this I call the right business. And then similarly, many other you can relate it. Anything that you're going to sell, make sure you're selling is truly that helps others, whatever product you sell. If they get benefit, then your profit is a healthy profit. Rather you're selling something, saying, oh, this is good for you, but actually it's harming to others, then it's unethical. So unethical is kind of what Buddhists talk about, is harming others mentally or physically and vocally. So when you harm, the nature of harm is the suffering. You're creating your own problem, not creating your own happiness. So in this way, as Buddhists talk about, your happiness is not up to the profit you're making. The happiness is what state of your ethical or not unethical.
I see a complex situation, because in nowadays, I would say that 90% of business are basically just concerned with profit that produce efficiency. That means more growth in a faster way, more money in a faster way. So everything is surrounded and turning around money rather than the latest purpose of giving benefit. As a younger generation, that we are obviously more conscious about everything, about environment, about animals. What would you say, or what would you suggest for new people that wants to make business companies and wants to start wants to start something?
Again, we live in this kind of world. Everyone has a right to wish to live comfortable. In order to live a comfortable life, you need to be healthy economic in your life. So to do that, it's right to do business, to have a healthy economic that helps you to comfortable life. But then if you're not careful, if you're only looking for the profit, so much driven by that, then there's lots of danger. Danger is from family to the country, For instance, these days, lots of family has issues, primarily based on the economic reasons. And then from country, we have such a complex, one country to another country, war, one country to another country. We try to use different reasons to go for war, but the principal goal is to make a profit out of it. So in this way, you aim to make profit is to hurting others. Then it's very unethical kind of business. So therefore, as I mentioned, for young generation, bring up some idea what you're going to run business. Is it truly going to solve many issues without hurting others? If you can bring that idea and run business, then whatever you make profit, that really a cause of comfort and secure and happiness.
So the thing is not the money. The thing, what I understand, is the later, the further purpose, right?
Yeah.
It's not the money, it's what we do, in a sense, with the money?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Not everything about money. Just think about in this world, in big company owners, big business people. If you look into their bank account, they have trillions, billions, and millions of dollars. But the reason they make all this money is sake of their comfort and happiness. But the natural fact, as you know, they have a lot of mental issues. They have a lot of difficulties. Money not resolve the issues, rather create so much trouble. So this trouble is not only just individual who run the business, run the company, etc. That issues also can affect large kind of community by that problems. So in this way, if you're not careful, the money is not the solution to problem, rather create the problems.
What is the when I create money, for example, let's say I start a company and then I start feeling, oh, money makes me feel good, and then I can pay my travels, my trips, something for my family, and then apparently it looks like the more I have, the more I want.
Yeah.
So how can I test my limits? How can I know that's enough, Natalia, and I should stop now?
Yeah, that's a good question. Just as an individual run business and have money to let you travel, let you buy whatever you want, maybe it's not big issues, but at the same time you need to conscious where this money that you made come from. You come from is some unethically, then you even money lets you do whatever is not going to make you feel happy, because the money is not come from the ethical source, rather it's an unethical source. Yeah. So in this way, important we make money. There's many different ways you can make money, and ethically. You don't need to be unethically. Yeah. So this way, if you take responsibility, it's because at the end of the day, what you do is your choice. So same time, they also come with different conditions. If you do with the right condition, get much better benefit. If you do wrong condition, it's short term it makes you happy, in the long term it makes you suffering.
Khenpo, just to finish, I'm interested in the concept of greediness. Yeah. Because I feel that we can easily be lost in our in a consumerist environment like today. So, and of course I experience myself when I don't have enough money, I feel very grateful for some money. Yeah. But when I have more money, I just lose gratefulness and just take things for granted. Yeah. And how can we train living simple? And I think it's quite redundant, my question, but how can we train that?
Yeah. So in a Buddhist view, we're saying there's no kind of a specific method to say I have enough. What mind requirement is you have a virtuous mind. If you're virtuous mind or positive mind, the nature of the mind is called happy mind. So when you're happy mind, then less you need, less you want. So that's the solution. If you not depend on your mind, just depend on the money, or this money make me happy, money make me, then there's not going to be limit. More you get, more you want. So in this way, we always say grateful. So grateful comes from the positive mind, not just force yourself, I should be grateful. Never happened. So in this way, if you make money to make your mind as a healthy and positive mind, that mind kind of appreciate whatever you have. But at the same time, as I mentioned, Buddhists not talk about money as a bad things. If you have money, not only just helps you, you can use the money to those who need help. Like I said, the poor country kids, there's no money to educate. And then you got the money and then use the money to support kind of poor country kids to give education. So it's double benefit because you're making someone's life is a valuable life, and then this valuable life contribution comes from your support, so it's going to bring joy. So in this way, if one use money in the right way, it's a tremendous that brings us a comfort and also great help others. But a lot of time, unfortunately, we human, we rush to make money, but once we got money, we misuse. Then that actually, if you look at the modern world, we have more money than ever before, but we have more trouble. So due to we misuse this money, then we create so many trouble. So that's the reason we have a not right mind, therefore we not be happy. When we have less, our mind is be more ethically, so when we have little, it makes us more happier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Khenpo, thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for being here, and well, see you soon in another talk.
Sure.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.